Hello, this is Matthew once again, and let's wrap up for one more Christmas movie because I just reviewed both of these films. If you have not seen them, please feel free to check them out. National Pretty Christmas Vacation and The Polar Express. Now, to end all the Christmas movies I'm going to review, this time I am now reviewing a very well-known Christmas classic, a movie that means everyone to the whole world, especially what it's like when it comes to being a human being and what the world is and how life is. Frank Capra's It's a Wonderful Life. Now, just as you know, I have never saw this movie in my entire life, especially when I was a kid growing up, especially I was watching Home Alone and such. But especially later on when I was getting into films, I came across this movie on VHS that my mom and dad had, and I put the tape in, and I really loved this movie. And as time went on, especially John has a copy of this film on Blu-ray, it still is a great movie. And I know this movie is shown on NBC, which of course it just came on today and yesterday, and now I just watched it today, though, because it would be Christmas you don't have this movie right here. So, if you want to know what the movie's about, it's about a man named George Bailey, played by James Stewart, who grows up in a town at Bedford Falls. Especially you have the evil businessman named Mr. Potters, who's really not a kind gentleman. He's always the meanest person, but also rich at the same time. And of course, George Bailey himself, he just wants to get out of it, and he wants to see the world and go other places and lands, like go to Australia or London or wherever he likes to go. But of course, he just ends up getting married, has a family of his own, and his life starts to fall apart. And now, they send a guardian angel to help George Bailey so he can no longer have these problems whatsoever. So, and I know many people have always watched this film, and especially I know people can say that might as well just be a timeless classic. So, before I give you my thoughts on the film, let me tell you the backstory. The film itself is based on a short story called The Great Escape by Philip and Dorn Stern. And the film itself, while it does take place during around Christmas time, the film was filmed during a massive amount of heat waves as they got all the actors hot and sweating, especially for the entire crew and cast members of the film. So the director himself, Frank Capra, gave everyone the day off so they could be able to recuperate. And the iconic scene in the film where James Stewart's character is going through the snow swept of Bedford Falls was actually filmed on the scorching days of July. And the film itself made its debut on December 20th, 1946. As when it came out, the reviews itself were pretty much mixed, but it ended up being a box office disappointment as it suffered like a pretty stiff competition, as it was unable to break even, as it only grossed like $6.3 million. And the film itself actually did earn 5 Oscar nominations for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Film Editing, and Best Sound Recording. The 4 awards were given to The Best Years of Our Lives, while the sound recording was given to The Jolene Story. However, the film actually did win a technical Academy Award for a simulation of the falling snow in motion picture history, as well as on sets. So that's the only thing it was able to win. And despite of its failure and its mixed results, as time went on, it went on to become a Christmas classic, and James Stewart himself considered it to be his best role he's ever done for playing George Bailey. And Frank Capra said this is his favorite he's ever done, and he would show this movie for his family for like every Christmas season. So, the film itself really has a lot of meaning to it. It just makes you think, it makes you feel challenged by it, and it makes you understand about what the world is and how it does. Especially when you're going through depression, you're frustrated at many things, and so on and so forth. And especially when the title's called It's a Wonderful Life, the whole world isn't all sunshine and rainbows, and you're not expecting everything to be all so perfect. And I know that life can be really hard, but despite that, when it comes to when you go to work, to your job, you're frustrated seeing, you just want to get it done, and you just feel like you have things you tried before, but you couldn't, especially when it comes to paying your bills, your taxes, as well as when you're trying to buy yourself a car or a TV and raise a family of your own, and it really is tough. And the movie really shows you that life isn't always that perfect. And especially when you have someone like George Bailey, you really do feel sorry for him. And you see the moment where he starts to lose him when the money is missing because no one was being careful. Especially, everyone in this movie is not perfect. Especially, we're not perfect as world because we all make mistakes. And I know we all have flaws. And even George Bailey himself isn't that of a perfect man either. And I thought James Stewart really play this role really well. And the people in this movie, all the actors and actresses, they play not as well. What I'm trying to say is they act like real people. And when you watch it, it's just like you're just seeing yourself right on the screen or on the TV. That you just feel like this happened to me before, and I was like this, and then this is what my childhood is, and this is what my marriage is, and what my job is. There's always a meaning to it. And I thought the score was great, and the cinematography is all filmed in black and white. Very beautifully well filmed, has a very unique quality to it. I really have no desire to see the colorized version. And I thought Frank Capra really made this a wonderful motion picture, which of course no puns to be intended. And it has a very nice meaning. Well, aside not only is about Christmas, but mostly about how one man can make a difference. Especially to all of us, either as men and women or children, we can all make a difference. And I know all you out there, of course, may not have the best perfect life ever, but nevertheless, especially when you have things, when you go this down past road, you even start to realize things like, I really did have a wonderful life. My life was good, even though I wish it was perfect, but it's not. Because nothing in this world is perfect, and it doesn't really have to be a perfect world. And especially during this Christmas time of season, when you're really upset and you saw things are falling apart, and what happened in the film here when George Bailey falls apart, especially when you saw the opening scene of the film, everyone is praying for George Bailey, that they're asking God that they want George Bailey to be better, that he really needs help. And we can always help each other. And I pray for those who I really love that need help. Especially to those who I love and who I really trust and who I really care. Especially when I'm wearing this, but don't want to shove that in people's face. We will always continue to love each other. And especially, of course, if I need to quote this from The Room by Tom Wiseau when he says, "If a lot of people can learn to love each other, the world will be a better place." Which I'm not sure that's definitely the best way to describe it, but that's just me throwing out there. But I'm not sure if you can buy everything I'm saying here, but all I know what I mean is we always know how to love each other, and especially accept life for what it is. You may or may not have a perfect life, but we still love each other, especially how wonderful it is. And also, even when George Bailey, he gets his life back at the end, and people start helping him, which, spoilers, they start saving his business. And especially what Donna Reed in the film, who also is really good, which is, believe it or not, this was definitely her film debut as an actress. It really was a miracle, as she says in the film. It's a miracle. And even God can perform miracles, and I believe in miracles. And especially when seeing a wonderful that just happened, you know that God is good all the time. And when it's all the time, God is good. It's a Wonderful Life will still continue to be the most timeless entertainment classic films for all ages, and definitely a film I can watch when it's around Christmas. And It's a Wonderful Life is definitely not one of my favorite Christmas films of all time, but definitely as one of Frank Capra's best, and definitely his achievement. I haven't seen many of Frank Capra's movies, but I don't know which Frank Capra one that would be my favorite, but this could easily be my favorite if I see more of them. Like, if I need to see, like, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington or such. But I think this could be my favorite Frank Capra film, and definitely one of James Stewart's best roles. And It's a Wonderful Life, without doubt, really earns itself an A+. I highly recommend seeing It's a Wonderful Life. If you've not seen it, please feel free to check it out. It really is something. And yes, it earns itself the Dove approval, as you can see on the back of the Blu-ray. So, Dove approve. find the film on DVD, Blu-ray, Ultra HD, or maybe download on iTunes or Amazon or whatever. Check it out. It definitely is a wonderful movie. Well, those are my reviews of It's a Wonderful Life, The Polar Express, and of course, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. And let me know what you think of those films, as well as It's a Wonderful Life. And let me know what you think of this video. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know. Feel free to put your comments down below, and don't forget the subscribe button. Thank you for watching. Take care, and of course, I'm always thankful to those who have always been following me on my channel on YouTube. Especially to not only express myself how grateful I am to, not only how much I love doing movie reviews on YouTube, but to show that how much I love talking about movies. And especially, I'm in a situation like this. As much as I love doing this, and it will always be part of my hobby, but filmmaking is what I love, and this is what I'm passionate for. And sooner or later, there will be a time that once I make my own movie, I'm there. And hopefully you'll see one of my films on the big screen here to show you not how much about I'm just a guy who likes to be famous or anything, but just to show how much I care about making movies, who loves to tell stories, make you feel challenged, make you think, care about these characters, and just make you laugh, make you cry, and just to leave you with a good feeling. Especially how much I care about making movies as well as how much I love talking about movies. So, thank you for watching, take care, and I'd just like to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you, and good night.